Welcome to the eternal student of A Course in Miracles. My name is Teresa, and I've been studying this wonderful book, A Course in Miracles, for more than 30 years. And I am still a student, and I have a feeling, a wild guess that I will continue being a student all my life. I hope my life will be very long. Because this is a wonderful book, and I would like to digest it sometime. But as I said, welcome to this channel. And if you have found your way here, you are presumably also a student, or maybe a teacher of A Course in Miracles, or you have come across it before, so you are a bit familiar with it. If not, it's a wonderful book. It's not a pocket book. There are 365 lessons, and there are also other chapters for teachers and knowledge book, but I will concentrate on the lessons. I came across this book myself in mid-90s. It was referred to in so many books that I came across and read at that time. It was referred to so often, and I wonder, what is this Course in Miracles? What kind of book is this? And then I went to get it in a bookstore, spiritual bookstore. I didn't like it at all. It was the most demanding voice, the most demanding tone in it, and it repelled me actually in the beginning. Who is writing this? Who is talking to me like this? And so I put it aside, and I had it. I didn't know even when on the attic or in the cellar for many years. And in 2017, a friend of mine persuaded me to go to Oslo. I live in Stockholm. To go to Oslo because a man called Eckhart Tolle was there, and I knew of him, and I went with my friend, and I found myself in the audience in Oslo, an audience of about 800 people from all over the world for a 5-day workshop with Eckhart Tolle and Kim Eng, his wife. Luckily, in one of these speeches that he held once every day in the evening, he said that this book should not be read by the intellect, with the intellect. Just go ahead. If you read it with the intellect and try to understand it intellectually, you might not get any further. I mean, that was what exactly my story. I had once tried to one New Year's Eve and made a promise that from the 1st of January I will go ahead with the lessons, and then in the end of the year I will be ready with it. And no, actually that's not true. I said that I will start the 1st of January that year, 2016, it could have been something. And I will not go ahead with any other lesson unless I have understood the first one. So when I understand, I will go ahead. Do you think that I even got to lesson number 2? No, because I didn't get lesson number 1. It was very ephemeric, and I still didn't like the tone and the voice in it. But I tried. So no, it was never a waste of time, of course, because this is something, the exploration is from so many angles, and like every path, spiritual path, there are as many spiritual paths as there are human beings on earth. That's my opinion, my guess. Anyway, enough talk. I will go ahead to and read the lesson. It takes a while because I have this book here and it is in Swedish. That is my mother tongue. So I will look on the internet for to be able to read lesson number 1 in English, and I will get this book in English, so I don't have to be double reading. Okay, so lesson 1 in A Course in Miracles. Nothing I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, means anything. Now I'm sitting in a room and I'm looking out of the window, and I look around in this room. So to me, it's on this street. I see some houses and a park outside in this place. Okay, so I look around in this room, and this lesson tells me that nothing I see means anything. So I will go into the bread text of this lesson. And it tells me to now look slowly around you and practice applying this idea very specifically to whatever you see. All right, I see many things here. Books, a lamp, a picture. I see my son behind the camera. I see a cat. I see a table. I see myself filming. And nothing of this means anything. Okay. I can see that when I am talking and reading this, my intellect tries to understand it, and it even tries to understand what I say. So let's go ahead and not bother about that. That will happen. So many things will happen and come up inside when I do this. And it has for 30 plus years, so I'm not surprised. I also think that I don't want to bore my audience. Maybe I have 1 or 2 people listening to this in the beginning, and I want you to like what I'm saying. So a lot of reflections about how I appear, how I am, how you perceive this and everything. It comes up. So, and that doesn't mean anything at all. I don't mean that in a rude way, but I'm trying to just reflect on this lesson. So nothing that I see in this room means anything. Okay, then I'm supposed to look farther away from my immediate area and apply the idea to a wider range. That door does not mean anything. That body, or my body, does not mean anything. That lamp does not mean anything. And that shadow does not mean anything. Okay, fine. Now, I continue reading the text. Notice that these statements are not arranged in any order and make no allowance for differences in the kinds of things to which they are applied. That is the purpose of the exercise. All right. Then I got the purpose of the exercise. That's good. Being reading this lesson for many, many times, for many, many years, I haven't paid attention to this sentence that I just read. That is the purpose of the exercise. I have skipped the purpose of the exercise. Okay, so what is the purpose of the exercise? They are not arranged in any order. Okay, good. Okay, and I should make no allowance for differences in the kinds of things to which they are applied. Okay, fine. I think I get it. But even if I don't, I continue, as I have for 30 plus years, just reading it. Did I tell you what Eckhart Tolle said at this workshop? I don't think I finished that. He said, it is not a book to be understood with the intellect. It's a book, just continue with the lessons. Just read them. That's as good as it gets. Just read them. So this is what I'm doing as a student. I'm just reading them and sharing my shifting of levels inside. There will be a lot of intellectual mishaps that I go on. Oh, now Teresa, I understand because I'm clever. That will happen. That will happen when I'm alone reading this, and it happens when I'm not alone and I'm like in this room, and I have my son behind the camera fixing with the sound and the light and everything, and I am not reading it to myself. I am, but I'm reading it for you loudly. So I will shift between the intellect and something else in me, whatever that is. I don't know. But there is something else than the intellect. I'm sure of it. So, the statement should merely be applied to anything you see. As you practice the idea for the day, use it totally, indiscriminately. Do not attempt to apply it to everything you see, for these exercises should not become ritualistic. They have been ritualistic to me. It's funny, I've been reading this text for many times and I have not taken this in. And yeah, they have been ritualistic. I should read one lesson and understand it, and then another day I go to lesson 2 and that's a ritual. So it shall not be read ritualistic, okay. Fine. Only be sure that nothing you see is specifically excluded. One thing is like another as far as the application of the idea is concerned. Each of the first 3 lessons should not be done more than twice a day each, preferably morning and evening. Now it's evening. Nor should they be attempted for more than a minute or so, okay, unless that entails a sense of hurry. A comfortable sense of leisure is essential. I love that. A comfortable sense of leisure. I really hope that that is what we feel when I'm sharing this with you, and I just love that. A comfortable sense of leisure. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, cameraman, do you have any? I don't have 2 mics right now, but I will get it.
Yeah, this is the sun behind the camera.
My crew.
Yeah,
My
it's very interesting listening to this. I get all sorts of inner pictures just from listening to the text. So they're all lessons, you know. So my sort of thought, just listening, is, isn't this sort of book, the sort of book, where you're not maybe supposed to take one lesson a day? Perhaps it does say, you know, day 1 or day 2 or whatever. But I think after you mastered it, you know, read all of it, it's just a sort of book for you to, you know, open in the morning maybe, at whatever page it might open to, and read it and sort of let that be your lesson for the day. You know, that's how I'd approach it, you know. But yeah, very interesting book.
Yeah. That's very good that you said that, because it is. And as I will not now share my studenthood, is that a word? It is now, with anyone who finds their way to this. I will, to make it easier for me, go from 1, 2, 3 in a chronological way, just to make it easier. I know maybe this is a spoiler alert. This is spoiler alert. I know that I sometimes understand lesson 2, but that's all. And I know that there are some lessons that I have very difficult, even though I love this book now, but there are some lessons, quite a few, maybe, that I am provoked by, and that would be really nice to come to that and see, will I be provoked still? What will happen? So answering your question, yeah, I will go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in chronological way. Maybe that's ritualistic, and I'm not supposed to be ritualistic, but that's the way I consider will be the best now. Yeah. Thank you. That's all for today.